Alright, hi everyone. So here we're going to look at the subscriber side settings. At the highest level, you can see three major sections to which you will need to set. First is off or on, next is position sizing, and finally is trading amounts. We'll look into each of these in the following videos. Alright, so first thing, you can turn your automation on, and then you can set your position sizing feature. We'll look at copy direct first. So what this will do is, with copy direct toggled on, this will use the same quantity that is used by your strategy's model account. So for example, if your model account uses a value of 25,000, your subscribed account will always set the quantity based on this $25,000 account size. Alright, so next we'll look at auto scaling. So we'll begin by toggling auto scale on, and you'll notice the view change here for trading amounts. So we're given two options. You can use the full account balance, or you can use the strategy amount. So if full account is chosen, you can see that 100% of the account value will be used for the strategy as dictated by this dollar per strategy amount here, as well as this percent value here. Additionally, you can set this to use an explicit strategy amount. So you have two options here. First, you're able to input this by percent. So for example, you can allocate just 50% of your full account value to be used for the strategy, which again you can see denoted here at the bottom. Additionally, you're able to set a dollar per amount where you can allocate an explicit dollar amount to be used. So in this case, just $50,000 will be used, and this value will not change as the account changes. Alright, and finally we'll look at the trade override feature. So by turning this on here, again you can see the trading amounts view change, and this gives us just one option. So this allows me to set an explicit dollar amount to be used for each trade. Okay, so this is the amount to use when opening a new position. A position size will be capped at that $5,000 amount there. Go ahead and save your settings.
Alright, so in this video, I'm going to go over the full life cycle of a trade through the Pilot dashboard, as well as some of the latest features that we have implemented. Alright, to demonstrate this trade, I'll simply send an equity order. To start, I'm going to open a 5% position on ticker XYZ. So with this 5% position, what that's going to do is that's going to use 5% of my base model account. Now, for subscribers, if they have auto scaling turned on, that's going to obviously scale their position. They're going to use 5% of whatever they have their account set to. For copy directly, now that's just going to copy directly, of course. They're going to use 5%. They're going to use the same position size that I'm using as well. And then for override, of course, whatever they have their settings set to, it's going to override my 5% and use whatever they have set. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and send this trade through. I'm going to click long. Cool, so 2 out of 2. Now 2 of my subscribers got into that trade. I did not. My personal trade toggle is toggled off. So if I'm on the orders tab here, I'm just going to refresh. And you can see my trade right there. So 5%, that is my quantity. It's just a market order. So pretty cool stuff. I can see I did a percentage trade there, so I can see the 5%. Now on some of these other trades, they're all percentage trades. But then moving over to positions, I'm just going to refresh here real quick. So awesome. Now another new feature that we just released. So I can see here under quantity, this is the minimum. So one of my subscribers has 6 shares of this XYZ, and then the maximum has, probably my auto scale guy, has 62 shares. Now the weighted average is 34 between my 2 subscribers there. So I can click this, see some more data regarding that trade, see the bucketed fill prices of my subscribers as well. All right, so I have my open position of XYZ right there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to trim 50% of my position. So all of the positions and all of the trims on this platform are based on a percentage. So I'm going to go ahead and auto-populate this trade right there. So it's default as 100%. So if I were to close the trade out right now, it would close 100% of the trade. I'm just going to send that or change that to 50 and click close. So cool, that went through. Now I'm just going to refresh my positions, and you can see it reflected there on my quantity. And if I go over to orders and click refresh, so the quantity trimmed for 50%. So nice. My position is trimmed for 50%. Now, when you close out of the trade fully, you always want to close out at 100% to ensure that everybody gets out of the trade. So I'm just going to auto-populate right there. it did the 100%, and I'm going to click close. Cool, and just a refresh. Now, great, I'm out of the trade, and same with all of my subscribers.